Hello and welcome to Optional Enterprises Watch List for the week of 4/27/2020. Got 7 new picks for you this week. A lot of biotechs came up on the scanner this week, so we're going to be focusing our first trade here on XBI. This is the biotech ETF from the Spiders. And triggered for a reversal to the downside. Had some pretty interesting trades around the 95 puts this week. About 3,000 traded on 3,000 open interest. And that's, I think, is an indicator to us that something is going to happen below 95. Pretty close to the money, so these are either really confident people to move into the upside, or we've got a pretty strong suggestion to the downside. Got a $5.50 expected move this week. So 550 to the upside would be about 102.50. 550 to the downside would be about 97.01 to 550 to the upside is 102.50. 97.01 to the downside, it's going to be 91.50. 91.50 is right around that strong support area. So we want to see 94.69 break. For shorts. For longs, we're just looking for continuation. So anything above 94.69 on some good buying volume, of course, in a bullish market, and we're looking up to 102. However, this is triggered for a reversal, so that's where I lean, and I'll be waiting to see if it can get below 94.69. Target 91.50. Alright, that's it. Let's move on. Alright guys, so our next one is eBay. Sounds just like it is, EBAY. And this one's triggered for a reversal to the downside. However, remember, we've got repo overnight markets expected to inject 500 billion into the markets. I believe it was something like that anyway. And continuation, futures just opened up. We've got the NASDAQ futures up 24. S&P 500 futures up 6. Gold is up 7, oddly enough. And oil down 42 cents, no surprise there. So we could be looking for continuation. However, triggered for a reversal. We want to see this below 38.27. Below 38.27, we're looking for 37.34. Next target is going to be 36.99. And those are our two bearish targets. For continuation, though, we want to see this hold above 38.85, above 38.85, and we're looking up to first target 40.67, second target 41.19. Again, I'll say this is triggered for a reversal, so I lean more bearish. Of course, the signal and just the basic trades around this definitely point to the short side, but for longs, entry above 85, 38.85. Target 40.67. Second target, we're going to call it is a 39.25. Shorts, where we're looking for, we want to see this below 38.27. Target to the downside 38.27, then 36.99. Alright, that's it for eBay.
Alright guys, our next one here is PZZA, Papa John's International. Pizza place has been doing pretty well recently. There's some speculation that this one might even make it to 95 within the next 2 months. Who knows? Maybe. Pretty strong belief though. You go to the open interest, you see about almost 1,000 being traded around those areas. Not interested in that. This one's triggered for a reversal this week to the downside. But we are on some very strong volume. It looks like we have a bullish open to the markets, though never mind, those have just changed. So Triggered for a reversal to the downside. We're looking for 69.42 to break. Below 69.42, we're looking for 64.31. Above 69.42. If it does a little distribution around that area and holds, then we're looking up to our 100% extension, which is 75.54, then 78.55. Again, triggered for a reversal to the downside. Again, I will lean more bearish. I will lean with a signal. For longs, entry above. We want to keep it above 69.42. If it does stay above 69.42, given that it's just run up almost 100% of its prior move, I would expect some distribution, so the long might not be possible this week. But below 69.42 is looking really good. Again, above 69.42, we want 75.54 as our first target. Second target, 78.55. For shorts, we want to see price action below 69.42. We'd like to see it stay below 69.42, and our target to the downside is going to be 64.31. Alright, that's it for pizza. Let's move on. Alright, so our next one here is CHWY, CHWY, some sort of pet food or something, I don't know. Anyways, we're looking for 42.91 support to hold for continuation up to 46.25, then eventually 47.50. Or if we break out of this channel below 42.91, then we're looking down to 41.13, and then 40.30, and then 30.26. 41 is going to be a critical area though. We had about 1100 traded on Friday, new contracts. We'll see what those open up into come Monday. I'm going to want to watch that. But we can safely speculate that if this should breach 41, we're looking for a much further drop, much larger drop than is anticipated. Got about a $3.50 expected move this week. So $3.50 to the downside from our support zone of 42.90. That's about let's say 46.50, 46.45, and then below 42.91 we're looking at around 38. So that's the story. And for longs, this is triggered for a reversal, but I can definitely see continuation on this one. This is a recent IPO, not recent, but you know, I think it was, I don't know, sometime last year. Relatively new to the market as far as trading is concerned. And for longs, we just want 42.91 to hold. Target 46.25, and then 47.50. For shorts, however, which is, you know, where we lean because this is triggered for a reversal, below 42.91, first target is going to be 41.13. Second target, 40.30. Third target, 39.26. Now these are strong support zones. If you notice, each one of them has pretty strong volume on them, so that's why I name all three of them as targets. That does it for CHWY Incorporated. Let's move on. Alright, so our next one here is ETSY. ETSY. This one is triggered for a reversal to the downside. However, we've got a pretty strong support level around 63.24, which was prior resistance. Has about a $6.50 expected move this week. So, for calls, we want 63.24 to hold. If we can get that to hold, then we're looking up to 69. On this, we'll be looking up to 70.10. 68.65 first target, second target 70.10. Below 63.24 though, and we are looking down to 60.30 is going to be our first target, second target 56.64 is the final target for the week. So for longs, we want 63.24 to hold. Target 70.10. Shorts, we want to see an entry below 63.24, and our ultimate target is going to be 56.64, but you could start taking off around 60.30. But if it breaches 60.30, which is a pretty strong support zone, then I think 56.64 will come quickly, followed swiftly by all the lower support targets that I show there. Alright, that does it for Etsy. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, so our next one here is LLY. Eli Lilly just reported earnings, did fantastic, had good guidance, and at all-time highs. So of course, we could expect continuation on this one. However, triggered for a reversal to the downside, and we're looking for support to break at 160.20. Got about a $5.60 expected move. Yeah, $5.64. $5.60 expected move this week. So below 160.20, we're looking down to, we're gonna call it 153.03. It's a little generous, but that just seems to be where I've drawn my line. And above 160.20, we could be looking to test up to 166.40. Breaking the all-time high of 164.90. So we're looking at longs above. Oh wow, can't type today. Wow, look at that. For longs above 160.20. Target's going to be 166.40. Ultimately, you can start thinking about taking some off at the previous highs. Maybe the close 162.93, then take off a little more 164.90, and then take off the rest 166.40 if it can get there. Trigger for reversal. So again, I lean bearish below 166.20 or 160.20. That's going to be our entry target. We're looking at 157.18 to be the first target. Ultimately, we're looking down to 153.03. All right, that's it for Eli Lilly. Let's move on. And finally, we have INCY, Insight Corporation, and we really need 102.63 to hold prior resistance. Not great volume, but still higher high. So 102.63, if that does hold, then we're looking up to 111. Has about an $8.50 expected move this week. 111 definitely fits within that range. Below 102.63, however, we are looking down to 96.16. We'll actually make the first target 97.83, final target 96.16. 97.17 has some pretty strong support there. It had to pull back, bought back up, and sold up to there. So 97.83, first target. For longs, which is possible, however, triggered for a reversal, so I lean more bearish. Of course, we want 102.63 to hold. Target is to the upside. It's going to be 111. For shorts, though, which is where I believe this is headed, we're looking for an entry below 102.63. Target going to be our first target. We're going to call 97.83. If it makes it that far, then you already made 100% return on your money, probably more like 250 actually. And 97.83 is the first target. Final target we'll call 96.16. If you feel a need to write it down for the extra buck. Again, that's going to be in a bearish market, which who knows? I mean, futures were down 100 points last week on Thursday going into Friday, and when we opened up, we were up 50. And then into the day up, I don't know what it was, 110, I don't remember exactly, but it was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. But that being said, that does it for Optional Enterprises watch list this week. Please, if you haven't, consider liking and subscribing to the channel. If you found anything that helped you trade this week, this is Optional Enterprises, and I will talk to you next week.